And so there's our basic setup. Looking at this, get that. We got this. And so let's, so here I'm just going to type get my do in. Oops. About darn it. I'm not doing well today here. That one goes there because this one goes out there. There, that's better. And then we'll take this, indent it a little bit. How's everybody doing today? Okay. Hopefully. Nobody's doing okay.
Not too bad.
Yeah. There we go. Like that. Keep typing that D. I don't know why.
I figured it out, Doug, by the way. Don't mean to interrupt.
That's all right.
Forgot to do the start of my expression for the after the or sign, so.
Let's see. Maybe so. Let's see if I can fix that so it'll work. Okay, and it is private static. Char show. All right. So I don't know if it's which one it is there. I think it's that. I haven't written this program forever. So, and I always have new ideas every day. All right, so we got our /t, and how about a C? Um, I should make that a Q. Let's see if that'll work. Let's do that instead. Jeez, I can't type. Why did I do that? Something to that effect, I think will work. And we're going to change this to a Q up here. Let's see. Quit the program. Run again. Well, maybe that's how I should have it. If that comes up, not equal to Q, huh? Shift not equal to U. Enter that. And then uh, yeah. Okay. And then we'll do that. And we'll come back up here real quick. Do Guys are awfully quiet. Okay. Of course, that's in there. Ugh. Yeah. Where's it at? Oh, I'm missing a, I believe. Menu. Well, where's my? Okay, if that goes there, and that goes there, then this should be just moved over a little bit. Okay, well, I need to. Jeez Louise. Okay, that's what I like. And Q. It ends. Okay. I just got an error here in the. I don't know why I did that. Should look like that. So that seems to work as far as getting what we want to do. And you know what? I think I cut it and pasted and lost all my code from earlier. But that's okay. We'll go here. And this is going to be,
Do you mind showing the show menus area again? I'm having an error.
yep. Did you get where I moved char choice up here?
Yeah, I got that part. It's the 45th line on your screen. I'm not sure. Every time I try to click on it, it just dings at me. Never mind, found it.
Okay. Okay, so I got CC number here. I think I'm going to move that out here too. So we're going to play with a long. Is that what the book says? I think that's what.
Yeah.
Okay, then we're going to put it in as a long. So long CC number. So it goes away, and then we got set CC number. So let's go down here. And it's going to be a long set CC number. Later on, we'll have, when we get into using objects, okay, we're going to have things that are called sets and gets. Sets are when you give something a value. When you first set up your variable and you say this variable is going to be this type of data type, and you put a value in there, that's a set. A get is when you go at the end and you want to print it out, you can go and get it when it already has a value, okay? So that's why I'm making this set the number, okay? So it's going to be a private static, and it's going to be a long, and it's going to say set CC number. And then we go like that. Whenever this right here, whenever your method returns something, it becomes a function. And as a function, it has to have a data type. If it doesn't, it's a void, okay? So functions are just, in my opinion, special types of methods that return a value. And in Java, they can only return one value, okay? So now if I don't think I have that code anymore. Nope. Who asked me, Mr. Heron? Dan. Daniel. Dan. Okay. So we'll do it ourselves. So what we're going to do here is we'll have our system print, enter the credit card number to validate 13 to 16 digits. And then we'll have our while. What do I call that thing again? Con as next long. And a long is just a long integer. It's anything about, an integer can hold up to about 2 billion. If it's bigger than that, then you would have to go to a long, okay? Because an integer can't hold anything bigger than that. All right. So then if it's that, not con, then we want to say system.out.println that it can something like that. And then I just copy this, Control C it, bring it down here, Control V, change this to re-enter. Something to that effect. And then we go ahead and clear the system. And then we can go here. While, oh, we wanted to get that length again. So once we have that, no, we need to get the, I'm sorry. We have the long temp, no, okay, be equal to con in, next double, or next long, like that. And then we need to determine the length. So int length is equal to, and then we got to get that code I had earlier. Hopefully I still have it. It is right here. Oops, what happened? That ain't what I want. How come it didn't copy? Okay. Delete that. Go back over here again. See if I got it this time. That's better. Change this to, what is it called? Temp num. All right, so now all this needs to be inside my loop. And I got to declare length outside the loop. Okay, and then we're gonna, okay, temp number must be declared in here too. It is. So I got to get rid of that and move it up here. I'll leave it there for a second. All right. I'm gonna scroll up to my thing here. Menu, okay. And then if I come down here, I'm gonna have case, oops, switch, run again. And then case is, what's the first one? A C. All right, so we do that, case C. And then we're gonna go break. We'll see, that's just to check. I think this one was a T. I think we can use that. See if there's a reason not to later. All right. Okay, let's see if it works at all, or what our big boo-boos are. Okay, so if I do a C, enter a credit card number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It seems to work. Check again. Enter a credit card number, and I'll say 4A. That cannot be a valid credit card. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, whatever. Oh, sure, I got 13 in there by mistake. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. So that seems to work. A T. This test is here. Q, thank you, and goodbye. So that seems to be the winner here. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So now you have your number, okay? And what we know about it right now is it's between 13 and 16 characters, right? And you know what? Maybe we should keep that length. Or shouldn't we? I can run my loop using that. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go way up here outside of the main and declare that. Then I can come down here, get rid of this, because now length is good everywhere in my program. Okay, so it's going to run the same. But later on, when I want to run a loop on how many times I can use a for loop, because I have the length of my credit card number. Okay, double every second digit from the right to the left. If doubling of the digit results in a 2-digit number, add up the 2 digits to get, oh my gosh, that's cray cray. Double every second digit from the right. Okay. Or would that be every first digit from the left, which makes it easier? Let's see if we can do that. Okay, so we're going to get doubling a digit results in a 2-digit number. You got to add them together. And that's crazy. But we did that other program, or you did it. Okay, so if I do that. All right. How do I want to do this? So we don't need that right now. So we're going to go, let's go, we'll call it, are these the even, double every second digit? Okay, so we'll say these are the even sum is equal to set even sum. And we have to send down the credit card number so they know what, so it knows what it is. Set even sum. So I might need some help with this one. So this is an int set even sum. So it'll be private static int set even sum. And we'll just say that it's an int. Oh, we can't do that. It'll be a long. Oh, just long number, I guess is fine. All right, so if that's that, we can int sum. And then for int count is equal to length. Length is greater than while length is will be 0. Count minus. That's crazy, huh? Hopefully that'll count backwards for us. All right. So then if count, so the first one will be 0. So count will be set to, let's say it's 13 characters, right? So the first time 2, it'll be 13. So that'll remainder of 1. If it's divisible by, ooh, how are you going to do that? So if I put in 14, count will be 14, blah, blah, blah. And then it would do the first one. Count length. That's not good. That's why I don't like going from the right to the left. I prefer to go from the left to the right.
That threw me off too.
Yeah, so do we really want to do that? If we set it at 0 and 0 is even, I'm going to switch this up because I don't know why you should have to do that. So this would be then, this would become count is less than length, I think. And then count plus plus. And then we're going to check it once I get this in here. So then if count then we're just going to, for right now, we're just going to do this. Okay. Why won't it let me do that? Oh, okay, we'll make that 0 then. And then we won't have it do anything if it's an else for now. And then when we get here, we'll return sum. And again, I'm building this. This is just a test, not the actual code. I just want to see if I can get in here. And then up here, we're going to go ahead and print out even sum. And it should be, well, so like if we do, yeah, so half of whatever I type in, I think. Let's see what happens. Okay, so if we do a C here, okay, and I do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it gave me 7 that time. So, because this would be the 0. So 1, 2, yeah, 5. could be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Right? This is 0 here, 0 marker. 1, 7, I guess. So if we do it again, and I do 1, 6, 9, 12, 15, I get 8. That's because we're counting the 0, right? Let's go this way. If I do 1, I get 8 if I go from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I get 7 if I go from the right up here. So I think we'll be okay with that. I think that'll be okay. All right. So now, instead of this in here, okay, we need to double every second digit from the right to left. If doubling the digit, okay, so this will be, what will it be? Sum is going to be plus equals oh man, how are you gonna freaking do that? All right, we need another. That's possible. Let's see here. That's interesting. Let's try that. like that. Go away. Okay, so this is going to be number dot char at but then we need, that won't work because that's going to give you the I think that might do it. And I got 1, 2, 3. And then I need to what? Multiply that? That's not going to be right. So we need something here to determine that number first. Okay. And then, because we need to get that first. And then if temp, and we're going to do this, then temp will be equal to temp times 2, right? Anybody with me?
So far.
Am I right or not? Reading the book. First thing I'm going to do here is if it's even, I'm going to go ahead, get the number. That's what this whole thing is here. Okay. Then I'm going to multiply it by 2. Then if temp is greater than, or what is it is if it's over 10? Check of the mod 10 check, which can describe the following for illustrating. Double every second digit from right to left. If the doubling of the digits results in a 2-digit number, add up the 2 digits. So if the temp is greater than 9, then we got to add the 2 numbers together to get the new temp. To add up the 2 digits to get a single digit number. Okay. So how did we do that before? If we divide by, so if it's greater than 10, let's say here that it is 12. Okay. So now if it's 12, we need it to become 3, right? If you guys don't help me, I'm going to quit and let you do it yourselves.
Yeah, so to get the individual digits, what I did is divided by 10.
Right.
Because it's an integer, it'll round down and that'll get you the 1. And then to get the second digit, I took the original and multiplied the previous
So
one by
let's
10
do this.
again. So yeah, it gets confusing.
We'll go dig 1 will be equal to temp divided by 12. I'm sorry, by 10, right?
Yeah.
And that gives me what? So if it's 12, I divide it by 10, I get 1, right? Anybody? Right?
Yes, yes.
Then int dig 2 would be equal to temp divided by, I'm sorry, modulus 10, I think. Right? So 12 modulus 10 that gives me a remainder of 2.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense than what I did.
And then, so then, can we just do this? Temp then becomes or digit 1 plus digit 2. And then, so that's the temp there. Da, 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 da. So then my sum here let me see here, set even sum. So if it's at a 0, that skips those other ones. So this is just, so then here, sum plus equals temp. And since this is just the even, I don't think I even need this else here, do I? If all I'm doing is getting the even.
Yeah, it's even in this one, and then it has you at another.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
I'm going to write another procedure up here to get the odd. But this one here, so I return that sum up here. And let's print that out wherever we go here. Print even sum. Okay. All right. So we need a number. Let's see here. We'll do this one. So if I do a 5, 1, 6 1 1 1 1 1 5 1 6. How many is that? 4 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. What? Oh, enter your choice. See, okay, now 5 1 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So I get 16. So if that is 5, so I'm going to get that double to be a 1. Okay, somebody keep track. So that's a 1. 6 would be double to be a 12. So that'd be a 3. So there's 4. 8. Or no, I'm sorry, 4. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I think it works. Somebody else calculate that once. These are going to double. The ones that are, if you double them and they're over 9, then you add the digits together. So the 5 becomes a 1 and the 6 becomes a 3. And then every other one would be just a 2.
So you're doubling the even ones, right? The even place.
Yes. Yeah.
Mine worked too. I just did all ones and I got 14.
Well, if you got all ones, that's fine, but we need to make sure that if you have a number like 7, 8, or 9, so a 9, it would be double to be 18, it would be 9. So make sure you're getting 9 for, so here, if I do it again, watch. This is pretty easy now. So I do a C here, and I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 nines. And I get 63. Well, 14 divided by 7, 7 times 9 is 63, so that's right. Because a 9 is going to give you 9 times 9 will be 18. You add 1 and 8 together is 9. So every 9 even is going to be 7 of them out of 14. So 7 times 9 is 63. So that's right.
Yep.
Unbelievable. All right. So that works. Again, one of the advantages here of modularizing our program, we can break it down into these little parts and make sure that they run step by step. All right, let's see what our next step is. What time is it? Oh, we got time yet, a little bit. Now add all the single numbers from step 1. We did that. Add all the digit and the odd places from right to left. Okay, so let's go here. We could just have an or here, right? And just set a sum. Let's not. We can, because it's going to be real easy to do this next one.
And if you did it in that function, you'd also have to return 2 different
Yeah.
values.
So CC. What do we got here? No. Int set sum is equal to set odd sum, send down the number. All right, so then if we come down here, we're just gonna whack this whole thing. Control C. I'm gonna come down here, enter, enter, and I'm gonna control V. And then I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna replace with with even. Or there is no even, just one. Why would I do that then? Never mind, get rid of that. So this is just going to be odd. This is going to be odd. Long string temp sum. Okay, so if that is 1, then in parse temp, we don't need that. Don't need that. So we get rid of that and that. What do you think? That's it. Okay, so we got this on. Let's try this. You know what? Let's try both of them. Jeez. What did I just do there? Hit my mouse on the wrong. Okay, so we're going to go here. Got like 3 programs running. All right, so let's run it. And so see, and we can do an easy one. We'll do 1, 1, 1. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we got 14 and 6. That should be right. 14. 7 times 2 is 14. Plus 6 other numbers is 13 numbers. And so that would be right. If I do C9, or oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 72 and 72, I think that is right. I just add 9 times is 144, and 9 times 16 is hopefully 144. Is it? 9 times 6
Yeah.
is 54, yeah. So I think it's working. All right, add the digits left to right, blah, blah, blah. Sum the results. Okay, if the result from step 4 is divisible by 10. Okay. So now what we're going to do is okay, so we're going to have Boolean is valid is equal to check the lid, and we're going to send even sum and odd sum. So we're going to call it check valid. Oh, let's fix this real quick while we're here. Let's see, we're going to run in. I can take that out of there. So once it runs, we can. Okay. Is valid. Why is that not? It's not used. What I call it. Check valid. All right, so we're going to hit C, hit enter. All right, so now I'm going to put in 4, 3, 8, 8, 5, 7, 6, 0, 1, 8, 410707. So that's valid, okay? Now if I put in the same, let me just copy that. Control C. If I put in Control V and I make it, let's try this, 2626. That's false. So that's right, believe it or not. This one is valid. So if you don't have a credit card and want to copy that number down real quick, it should come up valid. No, I forgot what it is, 631, right? And you could, if you want to, you could tell them whether or not it's a Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover. Okay. Because you can say if the first digit is a 4, it's a Visa card. If it's a 5, if it's a Discover card. If it's 37, the first 2, then it's American Express. If it's a 6, it's Discover. So. But they don't have us have to show that. So if we don't, I won't be taking off for it. So now we just would need to clean this up a little bit. Oh, we have our test thing too, don't we? So what you could do here is nothing more than this. This is how I would do it. We really should have a nicer ending though. So I do a Control C here, come here, Control V. So here, and then I gotta look it up again. Oops. So this would be 438 857 6018 8 4197 707. Okay, what's going on there? Integer number. How did I get an integer, CC? You have to put an L on the end of that to designate it as a long number. And then I'm going to go here. And I type in a T. That's bizarre. Why does that come out red? It's interesting. Try it again. What did I do that makes it come out red like that? It's very bizarre.
Is it instead of system out, you have a system error, it looks like?
Oh, jeez. I kind of like it though, that it comes out red like that, right? And then we really need to get rid of this here. I don't know if we want another routine or another method to print it out. I would say it's good right here. If we just do CC number plus or here, I like this better, F. And then that's a, I wonder if it'll do a double, or I mean a long. The credit card number %D is %, is valid, and then %B. And then we're going to put CC number, and then is valid, like that. And then we'll take that, Control C it, take it down here, Control V it. Okay, so let's see here. I got to stop this from running again and run it. And if I hit a T, test check of number, the credit card number that is valid is true. All right, so I think that pretty much, if you got all this down, you should have a pretty easy weekend. Even if you didn't get it down, because you'll be able to type it. But please try to understand what we did, okay? We can get rid of these checks in here too if we wanted to. Don't need to. Any questions?
Can I look at the show menu area again?
Yep. Again, my biggest thing I want you to get out of this is how nice it was to have all those methods, that we could break it down into individual parts and work on each individual part separately. And we knew exactly which parts work and which parts don't work. Whoever was asking, did you get what you need?
I'm having a weird bug at the top by the show menu area, and I was thinking that I did something wrong in the actual show menu area, but I don't.
Where is it? What is it doing?
When it says run again equals show menu, it keeps telling me, hold on. It can't find the symbol.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and let you share your screen here, if you will.
Yeah.
All right, you should be able to do it now. You guys like my cat today? All right. So run again equals show menu.
I'm having, it says it can't find the symbol, so then I scroll down and I look at everything here and it looks identical to yours, as far as I can tell.
Let's see, private, keep going, go up a little bit slow, too fast, man, I can't. Okay, while, show menu, there's no error there. Scroll up a little more. Whoop, stop. No, go up a little more. Get rid of your output on the bottom so we can see more of your screen. There you go. Now scroll up a little more. Okay. I want you to put your mouse over the brace right above your char show menu.
Right here?
Rope up, that one. Main, so that is your main. Okay, so that isn't a problem. And then that's that. And then, so why is it not static char show menu? Oh, you misspelled menu.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Anybody else? All right. Nobody has questions. That's my song and dance from today. I actually did make a recording of this.